I am back with the part 2 of my Street Fighter fan casting episode, and I'm glad you can join me. This time around, I promise I won't make fun of Blanka, or how Blanka looks, or how Blanka bites. I mean, if there are any jokes about his horrendous makeup from the 1994 film, or if I show any photos from the 1994 film of Blanka, I sincerely apologize. You know that was a lie. I mean, have you seen his mug? Who thought that was a good idea? Who? Hello dear friends, and I'm so glad you can join me on this journey in another episode of Nerd News, a show that is created for nerds by a nerd. And so last episode I took a stab at recasting the 1994 Street Fighter film that I think should be rebooted here in 2021. I mean, that powerhouse okay, maybe that film wasn't a powerhouse. It was a fun adventure that had the title of Street Fighter. And with so many characters to talk about in the Street Fighter world, I wanted to do a part 2 of this because there are some characters that I left out that I wanted to give you my take on and who I think should play those roles. Now, who am I casting in this episode? Well, here's the roster. First up, Guile, E. Honda, Devzim, Cammy, and of course everyone's favorite Russian, Zangief. But before, I can't keep doing that the entire episode. But before we dive into today's episode, if this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like, subscribe, the notification bell, so you could be notified of all things as I create it. So I think we should start this list off with a character who, in my opinion, has the best hairstyle ever, and someone should take that hairstyle and, you know, let's see if we can get that kick started. Let's see if we can start a revolution with this new haircut. That's right, I'm talking about Guile. So the Split Master himself, that's right, Jean-Claude Van Damme, played him in the original movie. Honestly, the casting wasn't that bad. He did look like Guile. I understood why they chose him. It worked. But Van Damme's not a good actor, so that didn't work. So I want to cast an actor who is a little well known because I want to continue that, like, wow, he's playing that character? An actor who is a good actor, you know, who's good at his craft. Sorry, Jean-Claude. Don't kick me. Don't kick me in the moneymaker right here. Don't kick that. And for this casting choice, I'm gonna look over to Marvel and that of Chris Evans. So besides Captain America, Chris has done a lot of impressive movies. Snowpiercer, for one, showed off his dramatic skills, and just that alone, I think he could handle any role. I mean, Captain America, you know, do the right thing, you know, I will take a bullet from you, to Snowpiercer. I forgot the name of his character in that movie, but in that movie, he's just trying to survive, he's trying to live, he's trying to figure out how to get off the train, any means necessary, and he does what he needs to do. Plus, am I the only one that thinks that Chris Evans looks like Guile? Or does Guile look exactly like Chris Evans? And obviously, you know he's gonna bulk up for this role. The man is already bulked up. The man is just a walking protein. That's weird. But Chris, get ready to continue those curls, those bench presses, get that hair spiked up, and start learning how to do a backwards, it's like a somersault backwards kick, right? Because you are my Guile. Next, we're gonna move on to one of my favorite characters to play in the game, and that of E. Honda. You know what character? Now, E. Honda is a larger-than-life character, pun intended. And to find an actor who can actually play a sumo wrestler, I think is very hard. I mean, yes, you can Christian Bale it and balloon up to play someone, but that's a lot of ballooning to do. So I thought, let's not even look towards Tinseltown and trying to find the next A-list actor to play a sumo wrestler. Let's actually look at a professional sumo wrestler to play E. Honda. So I am going to cast an actual professional sumo wrestler. Now, I'm going to butcher his name, so I'm just gonna spell it out here on the bottom of the screen. He's 6'1", he's 350 pounds, and his name is Ulmbayaaryn. That's his first name. Last name, I'm gonna try it. Ready? Bayobajav. I'm gonna call him Ulam. So Ulam is new to the acting world. The only credits he has is Ocean's 13 and one of my favorite shows ever, in that of Whose Line Is It Anyway? His big physical appearance demands screen time. I mean, the man looks like the character. I mean, just give him that war paint. I mean, he's one of these characters that I think needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. I mean, we haven't seen him really in depth on the big screen. We saw him a little bit in the 1994 film, but not really that in depth. And to give a new actor, in his case a new actor, an actual role where he could develop something with, I think is great. I mean, I'm always a big fan of the underdog. I think you should give an actor who has the chops or who's like on the border of like figuring something out for his craft, you know what I mean? They're almost there, giving them a chance. So my friends, slap on that red paint, keep on doing the same regimen you're doing for your professional life, because you are my E-Honda. Now let's move on to a man who has the easiest hair day when he wakes up, and that is Delzim. You get it? Because he's bald. Now Delzim is like the spiritual side of this game. He's like Mr. Fantastic in the way that he can, you know, stretch his limbs and to punch you across the screen. He can also shoot fireballs, which is fantastic, and he can levitate. So to me, Delzim is like this really brooding, like angel from Buffy kind of character, where like you know about him, but I don't want to know. I want to know just enough about the character, you know what I mean? Like I want there to be some kind of air of mystery, because he is a spiritual, magical side of this game. So I wanted to find an actor who is, yet again, a good actor, and also one who like can just emote that brooding side and who could be very serious and a little intimidating and kind of crazy if you cross them the wrong way. So that's why I'm looking towards the Bollywood and Bollywood's biggest action star in Shao Khan. Now this man is a very talented actor and also producer. He has acted in a slew of films, produced a ton of films, not just for the big screen, but also for Netflix. And honestly, there's a lot of people that want him to play the next Wolverine, which is very interesting, and I could see it. But I think with this character, I want to give him such a, at least I hope, they would give him a rich, complex backstory so you can kind of see why he is the way he is and how he can do the things that he does. Obviously, Shahan is no newbie to action as well. He has a ton of action movies under his belt, and also he physically looks like the character. When I was looking through actors, I was picturing them bald because, you know, the character's bald, and they're very similar in how they look. Just shave his head, give him, you know, the really cool outfit, and obviously the CGI, because the man can't really stretch his limbs. I just think his seriousness and the way he portrays a lot of the characters in his Bollywood films, he's a good actor, and he has, you know, that look that certain action stars have that's like, you just look into the screen and it's like, yeah, you're an action star. He has that look, but I think give him that mysteriousness of Delzim, it's too intriguing to ignore. So my friend, get ready to shave your head, find some little skulls to wear as necklaces. That's creepy. Probably find it at like a party city or something, because, you know, murder. And you are my Delzim. So now we're gonna move on to someone who's not stretchy, who was a CEI operative and now is a trained assassin. That's right, Cammy. Now I know Cammy wasn't one of the original characters that was in the game, but she was featured in the movie a little bit, played by Kylie Minogue, I think. Yeah, it was Kylie Minogue. So obviously I want to find an action star, like a female who has action under her belt, who understands the choreography of those scenes. And also one who can actually take Cammy and just give her, yet again, like all the characters that I want to see, a little bit more context, because she has a great backstory and I think we need to see it. So that's why I think I'm going to cast French actress Léa Seydoux. So Léa is best known for being one of the Bond girls in Spectre, and also was in Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible. Now she has proven in both of these films that she can handle herself. Her action scenes are great, she's a fantastic actress, and yet again, she looks like the character. You can see her toughness and her strengths in all the characters that she plays, and to be in a movie with Tom Cruise, I believe that you need to have these abilities, because it's Tom Cruise. He's crazy. And I wanted to find this actress where it's like you've seen her before, you know some of her work, but you know there's still you want to see a little bit more of what this actress can do, and I think she could portray Cammy perfectly. So Léa, find that red hat. Let's get you in some little bit boxing, in some little bit of martial arts school, because you are my Cammy. And last on this list is the Russian who has the scars all over his body. He has the bushy, what do you call them, chest hair. That's right. Zangief. This casting honestly was the easiest for me on here besides Chris Evans. Reason being, I was watching Creed recently, and no, I'm not talking about Michael B. Jordan in this role, I'm talking about the man who Michael B. Jordan fought. I'm talking about the actor, hold on, I'm gonna butcher his name, but I'm gonna say it, Florian Montanu. We're just to call him Montanu. He is perfect as Zangief. I mean, have you seen him? Physically, he is as big and intimidating as the actual character is, just need to throw on fake hair and scars. The crazy thing about this actor is he just got done filming a movie for Marvel in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So his career is slowly starting to take off. I mean, I think Creed definitely pushed him to the forefront of this action, big, muscly, old school Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone type of actor. I mean, he's getting better with each performance, and obviously his physical presence is something that a lot of casting people are going to cast him for. I mean, you're not going to cast, let's say, Jason Momoa in a romantic comedy, although I would love to see that. So my friend, in order to prepare for this role, you need to get that really cool kind of shaved, boxy, almost hair. Find some way to grow a lot of chest hair. Get some wrestling boots, and go through a wood chipper a little bit just to get some scores. Because you are my Zangief. All right, kids, that is it with my list. Did you agree with my choices? Let me know in the comments below. I would like to know what you think. And guys, if you enjoy my YouTube channel, check out my Instagram account. I keep that updated every day with all the latest in entertainment news, casting news, and just what's going on. And until next time, guys, I'm gonna leave you with some trivia on Street Fighter. I'm actually gonna leave you a trivia this time. Now, Street Fighter remains Capcom's best-selling game ever still to this day, with sales in 1993 reaching 1.5 billion, that's a lot of quarters. And for Super Nintendo, it sold $6.3 million. That's a pretty good chunk of change there from a game where you fight in the streets.